Welcome to Odd Musings with, what's the name, Sean?
Scott and Brett.
You heard him.
All right.
I'm
Thanks,
D.
Steve.
Snyder.
Welcome to Odd Musings 179. There's Scott and I. We're going to have Sean Forney join us here in a minute. But before we get started, let's knock out our ad reads and everything else for our great sponsors going on. And I'm going to share real quick. We got Loringer Family Chiropractic Center. Been with us since day one on that. Just saw him again yesterday. Funny story to tie into this. Kind of funny as I was checking out on the weekend one of my orders, and a friend of mine who happens to be a doctor, an actual medical doctor, decided to tap me from behind with his cart, not realizing he had a smaller cart with the bottom lip, and he basically put me on my knees.
Whoa.
And knocked me out. So, fortunately, I was able to go to another doctor, the chiropractor, and get adjusted on that because it kind of torqued my body just a little bit and threw everything off. I had been feeling really good up to that point. He didn't mean to. He apologized profusely. He's a good friend. And I told him, don't worry about it. He told me, he goes, well, if you got some problems, come see me. I won't charge you. And I was like,
You now
"All right,
have
you
free
want-"
medical care for life.
Yeah. But I've known him for greater part of 25 years, and he's a good friend. And I know what he meant to do. It sticks out further than the top on those small carts.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that, so, but at Loringer Family Chiropractic Center, where your journey to wellness begins there, you can build a healthy lifestyle with chiropractic care. They do take great pride in providing the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient, not just me because they sponsor the show, but to everybody. They offer on-site digital x-rays, massage therapy, orthotics by foot levelers, young living essential oils, aromatherapy, full line of vitamins, all in a family-oriented environment. Give them a call, 734-697-4244. You can visit them online at LoringerFamilyChiropractic.com. We have a link at Odd Musings. Up here in the corner, there's Dr. Anna and Dr. Brian. I see Dr. Anna, and talks a little bit about what they do there, as well as they have a call button, like button, things like that, and there's all kinds of reviews and things like that, and you've got, well, you can't always trust the reviews, but, because some people just don't review right, but that's basically it on there, so check out Loringer Family Chiropractic Center, PC. And then we also have
Team Titans Real Estate. Why? Because you matter. That's right. At Team Titans Real Estate, we utilize the latest in technology and tools to maximize your home buying and selling experience. But we never forget at its core, it's still a people's business. And we always put our relationships with our clients as number one. This past weekend, we had a house come up for sale. This is a great example of how utilizing our knowledge to maximize what you get out of a deal. Because it's not just necessarily sale price, but it's how much do you put in your pocket. And a particular house that we had listed leading up to it, they were concerned about, do they need to put some work into the house? How much should they do before prepping it to sell? And we went, did a consultation, and it turns out a lot of the work they wanted to do to the house actually wouldn't have helped them net more money in the end. Because you also have that time and money putting into a project versus if you just allow somebody else to take on the risk. So in this particular case, we got it on the market while the market's still hot. In less than 48 hours, we had 8 offers. 7 of the 8 were all above asking price, and ended up with a very happy client with the offer that was accepted. We'll share the details of that offer once it officially closes, but it's in the pending stage now. So, we're excited about that. And if you need help, give us a call. 586-549-6096 is my number, or Jill Webler, 586-277-2145. That's our website you see on screen, teamtitansofrealestate.com. You can set up your own account, search the MLS, or follow us on Facebook, Team Titans RE. There you go.
All right, so let's bring Sean on with us here. We've got comment. I'm not sure who this Redmond man is, but Redmond, I'm not sure what you mean by Rip and House, but unless you're talking about Alex Trebek.
Or who played House?
I don't know.
What was his name?
Hugh Laurie.
Yeah. Did something happen to him?
I don't know.
It's
kind of funny.
I hope not.
I know Redmond's watching us on YouTube there, which we have YouTube. We have the Facebook through Odd Musings, and we always stream through our.
I don't see anything online about Hugh Laurie, so I think we're okay. Whew.
All right. So
I just saw Hugh Laurie the other night on my TV, watching old Friends episodes, and I forgot that he was the British guy Rachel was sitting next to as she was flying to England to ruin Ross's wedding, and it was funny. You forget he had actually a comedy background because we're used to him as House.
Yeah.
I always forget that he's got that British accent.
Right?
He did the role in House so well. It's like that's what I expect the voice.
All of these foreign actors can nail the American accent. Like Battlestar Galactica, like half of them spoke British or Australian or something, and it's like, wait a minute, what happened here? How did this happen?
Yeah. So Sean Forney's joining us today. Sean, how you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good. How are you guys?
Doing well.
Oh, I see what it is. It's my nephew Aiden.
Oh.
So hi Aiden, how you doing, buddy? Glad you're watching us live today. If you have some comments, let us know. We're gonna be talking to our buddy Sean and talking about Mandalorian. So if you haven't watched Mandalorian, don't want it spoiled. Tune out now.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, and Sean, you're caught. I forgot to ask you, Sean. You are caught up on Mandalorian, right?
Oh yeah, so we had to run some errands on Friday, and as soon as Steph got home, had the TV already set, ready to go. We watched Mandalorian, and then we went and did our stuff.
Well, there are priorities. I have to work on Fridays, but I get up, I get ready, and then as I'm waiting for the orders to come in at 6:00, I start the episode, and then I pause it as my stuff's coming in, and then I finish the episode and leave.
Nice.
Because it's just one of the things where it's just like, God, I just don't want to go out through the whole day and not see it because I'm so excited. It's nice to be excited about something again, especially within Star Wars. And that's why I'm wearing my Lucasfilm shirt today.
Nice. Well, seriously, at about 10 a.m. Eastern, there's already spoilers all over the internet.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, heck, there's people at
10
in the
a.m.
morning watching it.
6 a.m. to go watch. I'm getting ready to watch it at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And I turn on my phone just to see if I missed any notifications. And the first thing that pops up, and this was from a Star Wars fan group. They should know better.
Right.
Major spoiler. And they put it in the photo and the headline. So it's not even like... it's 6 a.m. It's been out 3 hours.
Yeah, I know. At least give. I mean, I know people want to talk. Give a 24-hour moratorium on posting. Wait and give people a chance to actually have it in the first day. And then if you want to talk about it, put spoiler alert. You know.
Or at the very least, wait until like because you're supposed to wait a certain amount of time. They ask for it, but then here's part of the problem. Like StarWars.com was posting spoilers like later that day. It's like, okay, hold on a second.
And
public.
Usually by Monday, Disney's putting up all like the propaganda. They're putting up the character profiles and posters and all that stuff. So you got to watch it. Our good buddy Jalen Warner was like, I'm going to wait a couple weeks and I'll start binging it. I'm like, dude, there's already spoilers online. You're not going on the internet for 8 weeks?
Yeah. Well, and that's right here on StarWars.com. I mean, right away it popped up. And this is great. I love this thing they do, this Mando download. And you get to see the frog lady, and then you see...
Actually, stop right there.
Here?
That pilot, the pilot.
Yes, I was going to talk about him, too.
Okay.
That is Paul Sun-Hyung Lee. And he's a character actor, voice actor, been around for over 30 years. A lot of people may know him. Let me remove this one and let me stop that one. I've got his bio pulled up because I recognize him right off the bat. I was like, I know this guy. I don't know his name, but I know this guy. And so I pulled him up on IMDb today just to show. And he's got a whole list of stuff. A lot of people don't know him from Kim's Convenience. And that's a show that's on Netflix as well as a Canadian one. And he's just popped up all through different stuff. He's a character actor, starred in a few series.
Now, here's what's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know him as any of that. He's also a major 501st member.
Yeah,
so he's got a bunch of, he's got the Mud Trooper and he's got some other outfits. So the 501st was celebrating that one of our members was a major role in Mandalorian. So I didn't even know he had all this. I just knew he was a 501st.
Yeah. But you see all kinds of stuff he's done. He's done some Disney stuff in the past, like Ice Princess. He was in Harriet the Spy. different things. He's done voice work in like Rainbow Six, Dresden Files. He's on that, so he's been
Nice.
around as a character actor, and that's cool that he's also a 501st member, because it's that kind of shows how. Well, I mean, we got Filoni. Filoni's basically a 501st, was building Jedi stuff before he got his first gig with Lucasfilm. So, I think that's a cool tie-in on that. So
Yeah, definitely.
But let me bring that Mando thing back up again. And hopefully Star Wars doesn't get mad. We're promoting them heavily and not charging them. But yeah, I thought that was cool when I saw them. And I love the fact we got to see X-Wings again. We got to see older pilots that are out on patrol. Mm-hmm. So obviously everybody's kind of still lending a hand. They're new.
And
Republic.
Filoni was a pilot again.
Yeah. So,
his name's something or other Wolf, like Commander Wolf or something like that.
Something like that.
Trapper Wolf.
Trapper Wolf, thank you.
Yeah.
But I also love is the portrayal of the pilot too. Like they're kind of like the law enforcement right now.
Yeah.
But I like he's like, well, I'll give up my bounty if you'll help me. And they're like, nah, just basically it was like fix your blinker and
yeah.
we will have to pull you over again.
Yeah, they gave him a break because he saved one of their own and all that stuff.
Yeah. And that was a reference to the episode last season with the prison break.
Yes.
Where the voice actor for Anakin Skywalker, I'm forgetting his name. He played that
Matt Lantern.
Yes, there you go. He played that role of the character that he saved. So
yeah. So and I did like
Baby Yoda. Next.
Now, did you guys notice that the first time Baby Yoda goes up to the eggs, they all start coming towards him? So he was using the Force to draw them to him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was kind of contemplating that, and I can't take credit for this because it was a buddy of mine that does a Star Wars podcast kind of mentioned it too. Was he drawing them to him, or were they actually drawn to him? Did they have some sort of sentience right now, and he wasn't really eating them, maybe just storing them?
I don't know. I think we're learning that Baby Yoda is the bringer of death. He will devour all.
Yeah. No, I think the thing is funny is I think with the Force, and there may be a symbiotic Force thing between the two, but as soon as he comes up to it, they start drawing towards him. I think he's like, you can see his eyes like, come here. He's like,
oh yeah.
And then when we see him, he's like,
yeah, my first impression was I thought they were moving towards him like they recognized him. But as the episode went on, I was like, no, he's eating him.
Well, especially at the end, here's the end, and the mom like covers it like, and then Baby Yoda turns around like,
yeah, he snuck one. But it seemed like they were never disappearing.
No,
like it seemed like there was always the same number of eggs in that.
Right.
So there must have been more in there than you think. So
yeah.
It's like Hermione's bag that has no end.
Of course, when she's in the warm pool, you can see there's a lot of them in there. So, So I think the cloudy water there kind of murks how many are really there. So, but so we were as we're talking about with the spoilers, it's ridiculous how fast they pop up.
Oh
you almost have to go dormant on all that stuff and then watch it later on. So, and I know we kind of given some spoilers already. We'll get more into that a little bit later, but we should probably switch tracks. We got to check on one thing here real quick.
Yes.
Because we brought Sean on not just to talk Mandalorian and hang out with us, but he's got his Kickstarter ending tomorrow, and you guys are just killing it. So. Look at that, $6,930. So, and we want $7,500 to get the poster for the map, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big end goal that we got planned. I'd love to see us get there because somebody suggested it the night we launched. We were doing a live Facebook thing, and somebody came in and brought that up. And it's like, ooh, I'd love to do it. So we priced it out. We put it in there. Love to see if we can hit it. But one thing that I'll bring up, and it's not good, bad, indifferent, whatever. It's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
But this Kickstarter has been the most fluctuation I've ever seen in a Kickstarter that we've had. This is our fourth one, and over the last week and a half, it has gone up and down so much.
That's exactly what mine did. In the course of just a few days, I had a swing of $200 to $400 multiple times.
Yep.
It's like insane what's happening. I don't know why that is. I don't know if I don't know.
That's my one thing that I want to, like if Kickstarter gives us a survey on how they did, it's like the one thing I keep kind of griping about to Steph and then everybody that's been helping us out on this thing is like, I would love to see some feedback as to why folks decided to, change it, cancel it, whatever the case is. Just so it's a learning experience. Cause like you said, Scott, it's like you had that happen. I know, Anthony with his most recent, Kickstarter, he brought it up on Facebook and I'm like, yeah, I'm hitting the same problem. And there was,
I'd rather them cancel before I have all the rewards given out than after.
Yeah.
But one thing I noticed in studying my numbers, because if you watch the report there, you can see when somebody came in and went out. A lot of mine at the end were people who made big bids at the early stage, like in my opening day or two. A lot of those were people from then, who were dropping, and then I was getting new backers who were adding. So it always seemed to counteract.
Yes. It's like that little teeter-totter thing going on.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's like, and Kevin just chimed in. He had the same thing for the last week of Poe. This is the most we've ever seen it happen. So it's kind of thrown us for a loop. And it's,
Shadows didn't do that. I had a little bit, but not like I had with Wretched Realms, which just ended a week or so ago. And I found it very odd how drastic that swing was. So it's interesting you're seeing that too.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting talking point. Like I said, I'd like to see if Kickstarter gives us any kind of feedback. I don't really.
Yeah, is it like a bidding strategy? People go in early, big, but then back out, or is it the economy as a whole? People are just like, well, okay, I need to tighten things up. I don't know.
I personally think it is that latter there. I think what we're seeing is people wanted to get some of those bigger rewards, and then as it's getting closer, they realize, oh, I'm about to get charged, and they look at their financial situation like, I better not spend that kind of money right now, and they either change their bid or just drop it entirely. So
yeah,
sure, yeah, no, it's just one of those things I'd like to learn from. Why. If it is a situation of like something I'm doing, we're doing, what have you, or
that might be
the natural flow of it.
Maybe Kickstarter needs to have a thing that pops up when you go to change your bid, like, do you mind sharing why you're changing your bid? It's optional, but you can't.
Yeah. That would be great.
It's strictly just for learning. Say no one's gonna, it's nobody's gonna know who you are. They can do it, anonymously. But it'd be nice to know if someone says, just the finances aren't there. I, blah blah blah, whatever reason, I decided it really wasn't for me. I like a different product. I realized I didn't need to get all that, and it's. Whatever, it's
just something to learn from, because I'm one of the folks that sits there and overthinks it. It's like, oh crap, did I post too much? Did I promote the wrong thing?
Did I tell someone I was friends with Scott?
See, anything. I mean, I'm
in this environment.
It's the bus driver from Billy Manson. He goes, "That Sean Forney is just a jerk off,"
And that's probably what it is.
I don't know. Could be. Who knows?
So it's been an interesting I think it's been like the last week and a half. It's kind of done that. So that's been our I don't know, struggle. Yet it's still doing extremely well. I'm just one of the folks that like to learn from things as I do it. So I'm hoping that this is a little bit of a learning experience here.
It's all learning, I think, and the beauty of this is, as they've done a lot of these changes, the new add-on stuff that we tried with Wretched Realms, that you guys are doing, all this stuff is just all learning right now, and it's still a great thing that people are still supporting Kickstarters kind of in the way they are with how everything is. I mean, we just got we talked off air. We just learned C2E2 and Emerald City Comic Cons are going to be moved to December next year when they were supposed to be, I believe, February, March this year. So we're still seeing a lot of changes in our comic book related communities. So Kickstarter is still the best way to keep supporting and keep active within the community, especially if you're a fan.
Yes, and that's the thing. It's like seeing that last night, and I know it's kind of one of those immediate knee-jerk reactions, but it's like, okay, once we get this one done, it might be looking at can we get to a situation where we're good enough to roll with the next one sometime next year, to keep the story going and keep kind of the momentum going with everything.
Well, I think these shows are making a big mistake too, though, because we're all entrepreneurs and we all got to make money. And the longer they go, the more we're going to look for alternatives to get our product out. You
Very
know,
true.
And the more the fans will look to alternatives to buy product. And you know, they're I don't know. I just don't understand moving things out at this point when we have no idea what things are going to be like come spring. We don't know. So I am curious. I mentioned off air. Like, I wonder how many shows are pushing way far back might reschedule and move things up if things are looking better than they expect. Who knows? But I don't know. I'm starting to explore options as far as like online stores and other avenues to get my product out, because I can't rely on shows anymore. I'm not going to sit on my product for a year and a half.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very, very valid points, and I think a lot of our fellow creators have been going those different avenues for most of this year. I mean, I know we've expanded stuff that we kind of only dabbled in a little bit.
You got a nice online store at Hasm now.
Well, Steph and I started doing the I can't think straight. The Facebook Live sales. We've been using our Square store for the last maybe 2 years, but we've kind of tried to revamp it a little bit, make sure everything's up to date as best as we can do it. And then, with doing the virtual cons, and doing our live stream stuff that we've been doing, trying to broaden our audience as well as, broaden our reach and ability to reach folks that, we might be able to hit some folks at, different conventions throughout the year. All the stuff that we've done online is given us an ability to kind of see a lot of new faces virtually that we may never have come across in a con atmosphere.
Yeah. I'm just worried they might obsolete themselves if they go out too far. Because when you create a void, the natural response is for something to fill it.
Yeah.
Scrolling
at the bottom, I got your Square site there, Sean, so people could see that.
Thank you.
So definitely check that out. I mean, we've talked about this before with the Kickstarters, and we can still do it with our stores. Is these are your virtual Comic-Cons? You can still go visit our tables virtually. Yep. So,
I do want to give a shout out regarding Kickstarter to a friend Sebastian there over at Stranger Comics. I got my Kickstarter in from them. That's their page there. Let me go there. This was their recent Kickstarter that they did that I helped support. But anyways, let me go back to StreamYard here. But I'll show here. To me, they are the example of where I want Bardstone to end up as far as the quality of product. Like this issue here, this is Niobe, She is Death. It's a hardcover book. They got this beautiful, look at this. It opens up. It's a poster on the inside, the way the cover is, and they got just beautiful art, top quality. Stranger Comics has a pre-development deal, I believe it is called, with HBO. But I wanted to show off at the back. They have an art gallery, and I was featured as one of the artists in it. So there's my version of their character, Niobe. So that came out excellent. So if you have that book, you will find my art in there. But great stuff. And then I also got their hardcover of Niobe Killing Floor, it's called. This is the cover there. But if you look inside, there's the hardcover, actual cover.
Yeah, everything they do is top notch. We've talked to Sebastian several times at different shows between San Diego, Denver, Phoenix, and that.
They also have this awesome thing that I'm going to have to maybe steal from them. I didn't open this packet yet, but they have cards, trading cards. With each Kickstarter, they issue these cards. They have a card game they created. So by sponsoring their Kickstarters, you get more cards.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm like, I may have to borrow that.
That's a pretty cool idea. I mean,
yeah. So by sponsoring the Kickstarter, you complete more of your collection. So it's just things like that. They do such a great job on, and I love those guys. They got a great product, great universe they're developing, and love supporting. I know Kevin also loves the Niobe series also.
Yeah, and some of their stuff, some of the earlier Kickstarters, when they reissue the product later, they don't do it like they did with the Kickstarter, of course.
Right.
The Kickstarter ones are worth 10, 20 times what they were selling for initially on Kickstarter. So,
yeah, that particular Niobe project, they raised just under 82,000 on that one. So they know how to run their Kickstarters.
Yeah, and if you see him at shows, they are always the best. Sebastian's great. As we've gotten to know him, he recognizes us every time we come up and immediately wants to say hi. And even when he's busy, he at least wants to say hi real quick. And we've talked to some of the other people there too. So, he's definitely someone that I like listening to him talk about their projects and what they're doing, because you get a ton of insight into what's really going on. And they definitely, we talked a little bit about, and we can't talk about what he said, but with the HBO, we talked a little bit about that, and he gives a little insight how things were going without giving too much away because they can't talk much. But at the last time we talked to him, which has been a year and a half, they were working on initial scripts for the pre-development to set up how they were going to go ahead with if filming does take place.
Yeah,
and I'm really hoping it does, because I think it's going to be fantastic. It's just going to be a top-notch quality series. I think it would fit really great on their HBO Max platform now. So.
Yep, I see Kevin got his books also yesterday for Niobe.
Yep.
So,
and I did not back that particular Kickstarter at the time, but wish I did.
I'll let you read my books.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll pick them up when I see them next. I still got to go through the rest of the books I haven't read of his, because I got a stack like this. So, but it's all great stuff. It's like we've talked about Kickstarters, Stranger Comics, Coffin Comics. These are some of the leaders in Kickstarters that know how to run them, get stuff done, have consistent. And I know, Sean, you guys are working towards the same thing we are, is having these consistent Kickstarters, getting these products out of our creator-owned products and that. So,
yeah, I mean, it's the idea of doing this whole crowdfunding thing and doing Kickstarter and whatnot is made it cost effective essentially for us to release a book that. We've tried to speed up the production of what we've done in years past, because, I mean, it was basically like 5 years apart for doing each issue, because it just took that long. And, for all the various aspects of getting the production done, but also having the money to do the printing and whatnot. And now this makes it much more feasible for us. So it's like I do want to kind of jump on it and get the stuff out there a little bit quicker and, hopefully be able to sustain it much more than we have in the past.
I agree, and tied into I know with what you're doing, what Rodney Fike and Hasm is doing, and how you guys are kind of collaborating together on so much, and that stuff is all tying in together on exactly what needs to be done. And I see just continued success in this. I mean, we've been friends for a long time, but with the Kickstarters, I've seen what you've been doing, and each one you get better along the way. And even with the field guide, you guys have taken it to such a next level on what you're offering and the product and everything else. I think it's just fantastic. I can't wait to see it in print. I'm excited about actually holding it in my hand now. So
I am curious. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm super excited to see this thing come to life, because I mentioned it numerous times, but we did one back in like 2011, and it was like it just didn't live up to our expectations. It wasn't what it was, and now we're getting it there, and all the artwork everybody has turned into us is just phenomenal. And I can't wait to see everybody's reaction when they get to see the stuff in person, in hand. And, we've only let out like a little tiny portion of what everybody's done. And now everybody's going to get to see all the stuff, have it in hand, and hopefully everybody enjoys it.
Yeah. And then you've got till tomorrow night, it's 30-something hours, I believe it is. Let me pull it up again here. To share on this, so it's 32 hours to go. We're at $6,930. We want to see the 7,500, and I'm gonna scroll all the way down because I think you got a mock-up of it down here.
Yeah, we got a little teaser image in the stretch goal.
This is like one of the coolest stretch goals in a while. It's
even all the stretch goals though. You got so many that have been unlocked. So
there it is.
So even if we. If you get in right now, look at all those unlocked stretch goals there. You get a lot of stuff that you won't normally get.
So,
yep.
And I know we talked about it before. It's like you're getting all those goodies for free, and you buy the book at a con, you're not going to get all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, you recently unlocked Jersey Devil. What actually you haven't marked it yet, but it is unlocked Kappa from Jamie
Yep.
Snell stickers, and then almost to the Skinwalker sticker
Yep.
on that. And then that's just let's say $600. We need $600. People need to start buying this book, and it's not bad. Look, $15 pledge, you get the book, the physical book, signed by Sean and Steph. You get a digital copy of it, just a basic one like that. A little bit more, you get a book and a print. $30. It's the Wolf Pack. Look at that, all those prints you get, things like that, and a lot of really cool stuff, as well as for the people that like original art. There's all kinds. There's a Rodney Fike sketch in there. There's 4 of those left. You got 5 of these left of the retailer cryptid pack. So there's a lot of cool stuff available.
Also, this is the 5th book in the Scarlet Huntress series, and there is a reward for the whole series if somebody is new to this, correct?
Yep. And if like maybe you've backed it before and got a couple of the issues, not all of them, that new add-on feature that Kickstarter's testing, you can add the previous issues.
Perfect.
Well, there's an early bird one. It says there's one left of 15 for $35. You get all the books, and then for the regular price of $40, you have that available as well. So there's options there, and then the Cryptid Pack book plus print set. So you get a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of options on this, and people should jump all over this. It's a lot of fun. I love the series. It's been a great take on the Red Riding Hood mythology and taking it to such a new level, especially with dealing with the cryptids and everything else that we see in this. I can't recommend it enough, and I tell people all the time they should check it out. Even at shows, when we're all at the same place, people are like, I'm looking for something new. It's like, did you see what Sean's got going on? Did you see what Rodney's got going on? These are some guys doing independent stuff. Check it out. So
I greatly appreciate that every time, and it's one of these things with everything going on. It's great to see that we can all, we're not all at a con together to kind of like come together and promote everybody else. But now
StreamYard has saved that. Yeah, StreamYard saved us so we can actually see each other's smiling faces.
Yes.
And then Sean's got his goatee going on. Scott's got his beard. I shaved my crap that was on my face off this morning. So.
I actually shaved this morning, so I didn't look completely like a homeless person.
I hadn't shaved in a couple days, and I was like, oh yeah, that looks pretty bad. I better get rid of that.
I don't think I've ever seen you unshaved.
You're
usually pretty clean cut.
Yeah, usually. I let it go sometimes for a few days, but any more than that, I go like.
Yeah.
I don't get a good beard. If I got a decent beard, I'd actually try it out once in a while. So, but no, I get this really scraggly looking scruff that's just not. It's not even a good, like Greg Evigan, 5 o'clock shadow he used to have like in back in the day,
I think you can just spray paint it. I think they sell templates. And
they do, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think those are designed so you can cut that shade.
It's like, wow, look at all that gray hair, and how come it's like pitch black? Well, I tried to go brown, but it just came out black.
Yeah.
So we talked a little Mandalorian earlier, and that when we talk about the 501st member you knew about, did you know who played the Frog Lady?
Oh, good question.
I know who did the like bodysuit stuff. Was the same woman that played Quill, or however you say his name.
Quill,
yes. Her?
Yeah. So that was Misty Rosas.
Okay.
And there she is right there, and there was Quill. And she also did the bodysuit for the Frog Lady. And then the voice was voice actor D. Bradley Baker.
Oh, no kidding.
So, which is all the clones.
Yeah.
So that was cool on that. And here we go. Yeah, back to the beard. Doug King said airbrush beard.
There you go.
So yeah, I love how we keep seeing recurring people involved in the Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, Quill died in the first season, which I really, really hated that because I love that character.
Oh, he was a great character.
And wanted to see more of that. But as we know, she's got a huge list of stuff that she's done. But just really cool on that. And then so I thought that's a cool. They brought her back in to that. But then also, I was trying to see here. Like I said, we had Filoni was Trapper Wolf, which is along with Paul Sun-Hyung Lee. And then Amy Sedaris was back again. Love Amy Sedaris. She's just fun on this. So they keep bringing us some great people on that. So I don't know. I guess we could get more into the series, the episode itself.
Yeah. Well, the episode. Yeah, I've seen some people complaining about it as a filler episode, but to me, it was a necessary part because first of all, he's gone from one place to the other, and this is a transition to a new location and why he's there.
Yeah.
What's bringing him to this new planet, which is going to be a key part in episode 3, where there was a trailer that was done, and we see Sasha Banks appear, which is the next cameo, so to speak. And so it looks like that's going to be episode 3, where they're on the boat, and you see the frog lady in the scene carrying the backpack of eggs. So it looks like he's going to deliver her to her husband, and then this is potentially where we see Sabine Wren. So this will be pretty cool.
Which I'm seeing different speculation on if it really is Sabine, or I keep hearing they're mentioning it's another like offshoot of the Mandalorian. So
Yeah, and I heard a rumor it could be even Boba's daughter.
Could be.
That Boba,
I think it's going to be Sabine, though.
I do too.
Because it would tie in. It ties in the Darksaber. B, it would her relaying to the Mandalorian about her past will reveal the past of the Darksaber, because we know we're going to get some kind of flashback scenes that include Katie Sackhoff, because her character is dead, so she can't be in current scenes. So there's going to have to be some backdrop story explaining the Darksaber and how it got to where it is. And so Sabine would be the only natural fit who could actually tell the Mandalorian that history, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it could very well be someone else.
I'm hoping it's her,
and she's also not wearing a helmet, and maybe she can finally teach the Mandalorian that there is no such rule as there is never a helmet taken off.
We've talked about it a few times. I wonder about that's some good speculation where we had the negative report of Pedro wanting to leave the series because you don't see his face, to where it was all set up and someone.
That's what I'm wondering.
To where when they do it, it's like here's his face. It's like, oh, he's playing. He wasn't, because he's never said he wasn't. He keeps posting all kinds of stuff about the Mandalorian. Yeah. I see him on Twitter all the time. So
I wonder if there was some misdirection there just to create some tension, so fans would be like, "Oh, what's going on?" And
yep.
Yeah, I mean, we know someone else can do the physical part of the Mandalorian at times, but realistically, we want the same actor over the whole course of it because it keeps
it'd be nice
consistent on that. So, and I don't know if you guys pay attention to who directed the episode.
It was Peyton Reed.
Yep, from Ant-Man.
Yeah, with Dr. Mandible.
Yep.
Dr. Mandible. Okay, now it makes sense.
Which, same friend that had the other crazy theory brought up, both Dr. Mandible and the Frog Lady are in the first season in that episode when they're on Tatooine. They're in the cantina.
Oh, they are?
Yep, they're background characters.
Oh.
So it's like you were pointing out that, like, you know, oh, this is filler, blah, blah, blah. You know, people keep making that complaint. I don't think any of the stuff's filler. It's all tying together. It's like
my favorite complaint is that was fan service.
Yeah.
They should make something that the fans hate.
Yeah. I really
that argument.
I really liked this episode because of the fact that we saw they brought back in the fact that, okay, you forget about the New Republic sometimes. So we got a reminder of that, a great reminder too, and a reminder also of the fact that he's actually wanted. There is a for kidnapping prisoner, and they gave the number, and that. So
this was our first mention of the New Republic, wasn't it?
Second, remember we saw them mentioned in the episode. Remember the jailbreak one.
But did they actually refer to it as New Republic? I couldn't remember.
I believe they did.
Oh,
if they didn't, someone did. Yeah.
Okay.
If it wasn't the X-Wings, it was someone else. But I thought it was the X-Wing pilots.
I want to say it was actually the guys going to do the breakout brought it up because they called it like the New Republic prison transport or whatever the heck the ship was called. But again, you know, people were arguing saying that episode was filler. Here, it ties into this entire episode. Well, you can't have one without the other.
And that's what's great about Filoni with how he managed the Clone Wars series and Rebel series. He's very good at putting small little things in there that down the road he's going to use. He's very good at that. So.
And that's the thing. I don't think this is filler, like you said. It ties in. Filler to me is like on a 22 episode season. You have an episode that doesn't tie into the big overall arc. This ties in heavily because it's a continuation from the episode 9 to 10, but it's also setting up what we're going to probably need over the next couple episodes.
Also, tie-ins. the spiders, the space spiders there. That ties back into the Rebel series.
Yep.
So that's really cool there.
Right there. And
I love the artwork that they always do at the end here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love that they're sharing all this. Christian. There's Christian. Alsman did a couple of these. You have Anton Grander. I mean, I'm glad they're giving their full credit of the names, which they should. But definitely and then I saw somewhere else though the spider originally was a Ralph McQuarrie concept too. I love this one here with her, the whole Han Solo playing Sabacc look.
Yep. And I believe that's the same table.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. So a lot of cool stuff there, and then there's the New Republic chasing them.
That was such a fun scene too. It's amazing, and I believe they did the aspect ratio change for that scene.
Yes.
Also, yeah. So they really go all out. I mean, I'm watching this going, this does not feel like a TV show. I want to see this on the theater screen.
Oh yeah.
So
I wonder how that would work. Our local theater is letting you do. You can rent out the theater and you can bring your own movie.
I don't know. When I saw those, they have a list of movies you can choose from, which they had still Empire listed the last time I looked. So
our little mom and pop theater that's been here for like 100 years or whatever, they're calling it "Bring Your Own Movie." You can rent out the screen for like $99, and I guess you just take a Blu-ray or whatever, and they play it for you.
So I'm wondering, like AMC Theaters has been trying to work out a deal with Disney. I don't know to what extent it happened, but if they work out some kind of deal with Disney, maybe they can stream content.
That would be awesome.
And
dude, I would pay. I would get enough friends together, and I would pay the $150 to go do it.
Oh yeah, and imagine buying like a season ticket where every Thursday night at 8 p.m. this episode's going to air, and you buy the 8-ticket package for that. Yeah. I would totally do it.
Well, yeah, didn't they do that for a chunk of Game of Thrones? Something along those lines. I thought they did.
I think it was one episode. I don't think it was the season.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I would love to do that with these type of big budget TV shows. See them on the big screen.
Oh
yeah, I wish they would do some of that. So I pulled up Cinemark and what they're doing. They're currently their fan favorite episodes you can do when you do the $99 to $150 range is Come Play, Let Him Go, Toy Story, Elf, Love Actually, The Empty Man, A Christmas Story, and The War with Grandpa. So they do have limits on some of the major change, but yeah, the mom and pop one's can do pretty much whatever you want. So,
but you still got to be careful because then you have distribution laws or whatever, like broadcasting laws that come into effect. If you're showing it to more than X number of people, it's now a broadcast. Right. So you got to get into the deals there. So you can't just do anything. But if AMC is able to get some kind of streaming deal, or anybody, I think whoever does that will make good money.
Oh yeah.
We talked about them. I wish they had done it with Game of Thrones. With especially the dragon scenes in the last couple seasons. Except for the fact that it ended crappy.
Would have been nice to see some of that night scene because I fiddled with all the settings on the TV. It still was like I'm just watching a black screen.
I know that was so insane.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'd love to see some of these on the big screen. It would be fun. I think if they did do that, it's even like release it on Friday and do like because they've done that with Doctor Who, where they release the episode, you can watch it on TV, but then they do a live event like the following week. I would do the live event even if I've already seen the episode.
Actually, the real thing for the theaters would be you have these shows that you have them come out on a Tuesday or Wednesday night because that's their slowest nights, and you would pack your theaters on your slow nights. So
Doug says he's never watched Game of Thrones. Guess what, Doug? Don't. Actually, you might enjoy the first 6 seasons, but
just don't watch the last season.
Yeah, wait for the book to come out next year when it actually wraps up the real story. So
there's an article here I got. This is kind of giving based upon the trailers that came out. They're talking about episode 3. And what does it mean based on what we know from the trailers? Now, trailers, it's hard because they can re-edit them into an order to create it like it looks like a certain storyline, and then it turns out to be something different. But we definitely have Sasha Banks coming up in this scene. It looks like she's on this boat that we see here. It's like a fishing boat or something that he's on. So some kind of fishing boat, and we know he's looking for other Mandalorians. We know the husband, which, see, here's the frog lady here. And so that's probably her husband there. I'm guessing he's going to introduce the Mandalorian to other Mandalorians. So,
yeah.
So it's looking like this is what we're moving towards for the next episode here.
Yeah, I'm thinking he ends up on the boat to actually go to where the place is to meet the Mandalorians.
So here's some. Let's see who. These are 5 theories about who Sasha Banks is playing.
Okay.
Where is it? This looks like a different article. How do you see it?
Click tap over there.
Oh, I see. Oh, this is Sasha Banks.
Okay.
It's not a clue, though. That's just saying who she is. She's in the WWE.
Oh, okay.
There she is there. These aren't clues. Oh, some are speculating Dr. Aphra. Dr. Aphra is an interesting one because she is, if you follow the comics, she's associated with Darth Vader.
Okay.
The rumor is that the new Disney Plus series that they're doing, Star Wars, might be Dr. Aphra.
Interesting. Well, this could be a way to introduce Dr. Aphra.
Well, there's also the rumor that they're going to do an actual Boba Fett series now too.
Yes. She might be an Inquisitor. Let's see. Maybe, but I don't think so. A Vader cultist, which kind of fits Aphra in a way. Maybe.
Yeah.
What's this? Latrans? What's this? I don't know who these people are.
It doesn't look anything like the picture even from the see in the trailer.
So. Bounty hunter disguised herself as a Jedi to try to kidnap Ahsoka Tano.
Huh.
For the Clone Wars, but never used her. Will he bring her back for the current series? I don't think so. Or Sabine Wren.
I would say that is the top of the ranking there. So
I would say she's number 1, but maybe Dr. Aphra. I could see that. I could see that. But anyway, there you have it.
Yeah.
Who is she? We'll know in a week.
Yep.
Less than a week.
Yeah. What, 3 days, 2 days?
Yeah. Yep.
We'll all be up at 4 a.m. on Friday.
Yeah, just whatever you do, don't go online until you watch it.
Yeah.
If someone's going to spoil it, it's guaranteed.
Oh,
yeah. I try to stay off Facebook and all that when I can't watch that stuff because, again, someone's going to post. Even if they post a little teaser, it's like, oh, come on. It's like the stuff I saw was right away was about, was the child, Baby Yoda, eating all the eggs and stuff like that. So
yep.
We should start a scorecard on what will Baby Yoda eat next?
Yeah, you should do the bingo thing.
Yeah.
Well, he ate a spider. Of course, I love the spiders where the eggs come out. Here's it's just like the alien.
Oh yeah.
And then you get the spider type in there, so that was cool. So
his little waddle over to those eggs was just great.
Yeah, he's like.
Yeah, it's funny how he moves through the snow.
Yeah,
that was good. But I enjoyed the whole thing. The Razor Crest, I got to say, the Mandalorian's really good at repairing. That ship, I did not think he'd get it to fly.
Yeah.
Well, he really didn't fix the whole thing. I mean, it's got the holes everywhere. He basically just pressurized the cabin, and that was it. But so now we know. But we know he's going to make it to this next realm. That's probably where he'll get his ship fixed, and probably that's why it's being fixed, and he has to take that trawler to go where he's got to go to.
Right.
So I think that will explain a lot of that.
He's probably going to crash land or something onto the. That's probably the scene we see in the opening in the trailer for the season. You see his ship going really slow through space, and you can tell it's very damaged. Maybe that's it's barely making it to the planet, and then maybe it'll crash in there or something.
That's what I figured. From the trailer, seeing the ship damage to what you saw in this last episode, I figured that's where the tie-in was there. And I think a lot of that stuff in the trailer is just early episodes where you haven't seen a whole lot from the later episodes. So
this is they did that trailer basically the same way they did Endgame. We only get the first 2-3 episodes worth of material, and everything else is just gonna, we aren't gonna see it until it's actually on the episode.
No. And we got 6 more to go. So let's go a little update real quick here.
I saw it move.
69.50. Someone jumped on. 184 backers.
Awesome.
That's a great number of backers. 184. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's I'm impressed with how well it's gone because I went into it very hesitant because it's not a standard, typical comic book, so I didn't know how it would get received, and I'm very pleased with where we're at.
Definitely. Well, you guys put out quality product, and you've developed a good fan base that knows that. Mm-hmm. So, Brett and I both we've backed your projects, and we know it. We can vouch for it. You do a great job in the production of your books, on all stages, all the way through printing, and then you do a great job packaging it to make sure it arrives safely to us. So,
yeah, I'm a little OCD on the packaging.
Hey, I like getting my stuff in good quality. I get tired of getting stuff from
people don't want to collect books that are all beat up.
Yeah, that's my biggest gripe when I get stuff from anywhere. It's like, I want to send stuff out to folks the same way I expect to get it. So
I do wonder if the large companies are getting nervous, because I really feel like we're entering a renaissance almost of the independent creator with the sheer volume of quality projects coming out. And then you look at the big companies, what are they putting out? It's not the same. So,
well, that's the thing that I've been talking with Warner for the last, she's probably going on 5 years now. It's like he keeps he had been talking about it. It's like, oh yeah, we're eventually going to see a resurgence of like the 80s 90s black and white thing, where we got like Ninja Turtles and Usagi Yojimbo and all that stuff. That's it's survived.
It's mainstream now, but at the time it was small independents.
Yeah, and I kept preaching to him. I'm like, dude, this is where we're at. It's like, this is the thing. It's like, and to your point, Scott, it's like, you've got all these creators going out and putting out quality material, and everybody's got the ease of access to it. It's simply going and clicking a couple little buttons on the old Kickstarter there, and boom. It might take a little bit longer to get it than going to the comic shop, but.
Right, and for us, it's passion. We're doing this out of passion. I mean, obviously, we hope to profit on these things. I mean, we're a business also, but these are passion projects. And whereas the large companies, there's no passion on anybody's level. They're just trying to keep the machine running is all they're trying, but they're not. And they're playing it safe with everything they do. And what I love as independent creators is we have our micro audiences that we can cater to, and we can shift how we want to tell our stories, whereas they're kind of this big monolithic entity that they can't really veer from their formula. If they veer from their formula, they lose people.
Sure.
So through Kickstarter, whatever you're a fan of, you will find it.
Oh yeah.
There is a creator for you.
Exactly. So cool. Hey, this has been a lot of fun, Sean. Appreciate you coming out, hanging out with us, and we'll give one more update there. 184 backers, $6,958. So edging closer and closer to getting that poster that we all want on our wall. So
we're only $42 away from unlocking the next stretch goal, and only $542 away from the big stretch goal. So get on there and check it out.
Yes,
definitely.
Thanks.
So anything else, Sean, before we go?
I guess I'll throw a little plug out there. You can join Rodney Fike and I. We're going to do our live stream Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be over on Hasm Production and Rodney Fike channels on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And then Friday night, same bat time, but on all my social media channels. Come watch us draw, hang out, we chat, all that good stuff.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and you get to see you get to see what you would normally see at a Comic-Con. Some artists actually working. So
yeah, we goof around, we have some fun, we do some drawing, and just have silly conversations.
Awesome. Well, hey, we'll have everybody join us next week. I'm sure Scott and I will be talking more Mandalorian because it'll be a brand new episode. Oh, we can't go. We didn't even acknowledge what happened this week of Alex Trebek.
Oh my goodness.
We got so caught up in everything else, and I mean the shame of that is we kind of said my joke last week with the passing of Sean Connery, the SNL bits, and that Sean was heading up there to get Alex Trebek's mom. But
with just the craziness of the world as a whole right now, I felt like his story kind of got buried, which was sad because he really was legendary, Alex Trebek, in his field. I was actually watching Jeopardy on Netflix. You can watch old episodes, and I was watching it the other night. What I loved about Alex Trebek is his way of his delivery on everything was like they would ask some impossibly hard question, and the person would get it wrong, and then Alex Trebek would be like, "Well, of course it was such and such," and like he gives the right answer, and he says that as though he always acted like he knew all of the answers by himself.
Yeah.
Like, I can play this game and beat you all.
Yeah, well, here's all the many faces of Alex Trebek over the years.
Oh, yeah.
From the time when he had the mustache and
I still like the mustache best.
Yeah, and then everything else, and I
forgot when he had the beard.
Yeah, and that was a short time. He shaved that off pretty quick in that, but yeah, Alex was it was a big part of I think everybody's lives because we all, even if you didn't watch Jeopardy, you knew who Alex Trebek was because he's talked about just way too much everywhere. He was an icon like no other, and known for again the trivia. He really helped bring trivia to the homes and everything else. So
I watch Game Show Network a lot too, and he's on there for before he was on Jeopardy. There were other game shows he did, and it's interesting seeing him so young at the time. But yeah, he was great. Alex Trebek.
Yeah, 80 years old and fought cancer pretty hard. Unfortunately, didn't make it.
Now, did you read about his final day?
He sat with his wife watching the sun
on his swing, and he wrote in his book that was what he wanted, and he was able to spend his final day that way. They said he was without pain and able to enjoy the day with his wife.
Well, he filmed his last episode about 2 weeks ago. They're going to air them in order as they were shot, of course. They did a nice announcement right before the first Jeopardy this week after he passed him. And Christmas Day is the scheduled last episode.
Yep.
So that should be an interesting one.
It will be interesting to see where it goes from here, Jeopardy. How they fill the role. Will they do a bunch of guest hosts for a while or jump into somebody different? Who knows?
I've seen some speculations of Ken Jennings.
Yep.
Which may work. I think they should do the treat it like a tryout and have different hosts over a couple weeks and then see how it works, because it's the dynamics of the show is going to have to change because Trebek was such a big influence in that. So.
Yeah, the only comparable person right now is probably Pat Sajak and Vanna White. Those two have been on Wheel of Fortune forever.
Almost
I can't think of any
now.
current game show hosts that are at kind of length of time like Trebek was.
No,
Drew
it's
Carey
really
would probably
just
be
those
like
two.
the next closest.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, because he's been almost 10 years or so on Price is Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say even longer, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Prior to him was Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Bob Barker.
Bob Barker.
Yeah.
And he was forever.
Yeah, he did a long. Well, he was in his 80s when he retired from The Price is Right. And then he still pops on once in a while with Drew I guess. So.
We need Chuck Woolery back on game shows.
Yeah.
Chuck Woolery and for me,
Chuck's gotta get out there. So, and this is Jeopardy. We'll be back in 2 and 2.
2 and 2. Yep, everything was 2 and 2. Remember Bob Eubanks?
Yeah.
Those are all the names. Like the modern day game show host, like you mentioned, Drew Carey, but they don't seem to have the status that the older ones had.
I like Drew, but the ones they keep doing on the evenings, they take these different celebrities. You got Michael Strahan, a couple of to me they don't work because these are actors that we've seen in so many different things. Where a lot of times the game show guys were.
I don't like it when they use the actors.
Yeah. A lot of these guys that were done before were news guys. So
I like Steve Harvey in Family Feud.
Yeah, I was going to mention him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably longer than Drew, I think.
Yeah,
I'd have to check. He's or close to the same. I would think he's longer, but I do like him. But being a comedian first, he brings more to it, and I think that will help the different shows. 'Cause a lot of the guys that did shows, like even Richard Dawson with the Family Feud, he was an actor, but he had done some other stuff that really led to when he started doing the game shows. So
actually, I know there's tons of controversy around her, but I really enjoy Ellen DeGeneres. doing what is it, Game of Games or whatever.
She's
she
good
does.
with hers. Yeah, again, you got a comedian coming into it,
right?
Not as an actress, even though she's done acting, but she's always been primarily a comedian.
Yep.
So
when it's a comedian, I think it works. When it's the actors, it just, I don't know, it doesn't work.
Yeah, even the comedic actors just don't. They try to be comedians, but the problem is they've never really done stand-up, so they don't understand.
Comedians can do that on the spot, witty back and forth, like Steve Harvey. His reactions are what's so great.
Yeah,
you know, when they'll say something crazy, it's the reaction, it's the retort.
Now we need Richard Dawson, who just came in as a player and made out with every woman on the show.
Oh God, no! Are you kidding? The Me Too movement would crush him.
Well, that's what we like. We got the Me Too playing, the so and so, and you go over and make out with everyone along the way. And the problem is, people are like, okay,
it's so Richard funny Dawson. Though. Like I said, I like watching the Game Show Network, so you get a lot of the game shows from the '60s and '70s, and like one game show is, it's a guy who I forget what the name of the show is. So you have the man in the middle of the couch, and then on each side of him you have his wife and his secretary, and the questions are to find out who knows him better, and you can totally tell the guy is totally sleeping with the secretary, but the wife can tell also is in on it, I think. Like everyone seems to know that this is going on. It's like, what is this I'm watching? The way they're all joking with each other, it's like, oh, okay. Or you go to the really old ones where they're all smoking on the game show. The prizes are packs of cigarettes and cartons of cigarettes. Groucho Marx was doing one. It's like, you're winning cartons of cigarettes. Yeah. And they're like, here.
Here's your cartons of cigarettes and your malt liquor. Have a nice day.
Yeah, and then you even have the Flintstones advertising the cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah. I love that cartoon. The commercial, yeah.
Fred and Barney are there smoking while Wilma cuts the grass.
Yeah. I think they were smoking Pall Mall, too.
That might be, yeah.
He's already kind of got some experience in the whole Jeopardy thing, but it's was it Kenan Thompson from Black Jeopardy on Saturday Night Live?
Yep. Actually, his no, not him. Wait a minute. Who am I thinking? Who has the game show with his mom? Anthony. What's his name? He's on Blackish.
Oh yeah. It's Anthony Anderson.
Anderson.
Yeah, I enjoy his. They're doing that old show where you got to guess who the person is, like which one's telling the truth and which two are lying. But that's a fun one to watch too.
Yeah,
it's like, what is it? Like there'll be three people on the panel, and one of them is like a gymnast. The other two are pretending to be a gymnast, and they ask questions, and they got to guess which one is really the gymnast or something like that. So, and his mom's on the show.
To tell you the truth, is probably what it is.
I think you're right.
That was a classic show, yeah.
Yeah, so I enjoy that one too. That's a fun one. Yeah. So good stuff.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Thanks for joining us again, Sean. We've had a lot of
rest
fun.
In peace, Alec Trebek.
Ooh, see you all.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for bringing me on and all the plugs, the support, all that stuff you guys have done throughout this month of chaos of doing a Kickstarter. I appreciate it.
Anytime, man. We'll have you on again when you do any future ones, or anytime you want to hang out with us, let us know.
Cool.
All right.
Appreciate it.
See y'all next week.